Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, episode number 110 for Tuesday, December the 23rd, 2008. Hello everybody, welcome to Review a Day, the daily video blog where I review a movie 7 days a week. My name is Leland Brungart and thank you very much for joining me. I don't know if any of you guys read Entertainment Weekly or not, but I think it was last week or the week before, they had a whole huge article about the film The Room, which is a movie I reviewed back in October. I believe it's somewhere in the 60s. It's the only film I've given a negative rating for. I gave it a negative 5 out of 5 because it's one of the worst movies ever made, but it is so fantastic because of that. They had a whole article about the director and about all these celebrities and comedians who absolutely love it. It's this huge cult sensation. Get your friends together, somehow get a hold of a copy of The Room. It's not on Netflix. I actually had to buy it. Had never seen it, but I can pretty much promise if you buy this movie and you get a bunch of your friends together and you guys want to watch a terrible movie and laugh your heads off, The Room will not disappoint. It's of all the films I've actually reviewed since I began, The Room is probably actually one I've recommended to people more than anything and that I've rewatched more than others. But the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Jingle All the Way. This movie is directed by Brian Levant. It stars Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sinbad, Phil Hartman, Rita Wilson, Robert Conrad, and Jake Lloyd, who you probably know as young Anakin Skywalker in Episode 1. Jingle All the Way is the story. Arnold Schwarzenegger plays a shitty dad who doesn't buy his son his toy weeks before Christmas, so he's out on Christmas Eve looking for the Turbo Man doll, which is the year's hottest toy, and he runs around from place to place trying to get a hold of this doll. Sinbad is also running around trying to get a doll as well. They kind of become enemies, and crap happens. Jingle All the Way is a terrible, terrible movie. It is poorly directed. It's pretty poorly acted. It's poorly written, but I enjoy this movie. It's terrible, and I like it because it's terrible. The fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger stars in this movie makes the film really peculiar. They never once ever reference the fact that their father is an immigrant and obviously lived a lot of his life in another country. I don't know why they never acknowledged this. Obviously, this movie wasn't written for Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I think that could have been kind of an interesting idea. In the finale of this film, mild spoilers if you guys haven't seen Jingle All the Way or don't want it spoiled, he goes to a parade and he gets mistaken for this actor and he gets put up in this whole Turbo Man getup. So he basically becomes the action figure his son really wants that year. And he's wearing the visor so his son can't really see his face, and he's got a voice changing thing. And I can suspend my disbelief. I read Superman. Superheroes and their secret identity. I realize people could figure that out, but I'm willing to suspend disbelief. But I can't in this movie because it's obviously Arnold Schwarzenegger. He has the thickest European accent, and just because the voice changer does not strip his accent away, and he is literally standing 2 feet away from his wife and son, and they don't realize that this man has a suspiciously familiar accent. So that's always weird. Another reason Jingle All the Way freaking rocks so much is because this is the movie in which Arnold Schwarzenegger punches a reindeer in the face. He punches it in the face, and then he proceeds to get drunk with this reindeer. He's pouring beer in a doggy dish, and the reindeer is drinking with it. It's a terrible movie. I do think that there are a couple things that are good about this movie, actually. Sinbad as the disgruntled African-American postal worker is actually a lot of fun to watch. I always liked Sinbad's sitcom way back in the day. I think it was on TGIF or something like that. I kind of grew up watching that, so I'm predisposed to like him. But I think he does a pretty funny job in this movie. It's a sick world we live in. I love when he says that. There's a couple really funny Sinbad quotes in this movie that I genuinely enjoy. The other part of this movie that is fantastic is Phil Hartman. Phil Hartman is one of my all-time favorite Saturday Night Live cast members. I am a huge fan of news radio. It makes me really sad to watch this film, knowing how he died and how he was, how much time he probably had left in his career, how many times I could have laughed. He's absolutely one of my favorite funny people, and it makes me so sad the way he died. And I really wish she was still around, making us laugh. I don't love Jingle All the Way. I kind of hate it, but I enjoy it. So I give Jingle All the Way a 3 out of 5. If you want to see Arnold Schwarzenegger punch a reindeer in the face and tell a group of mothers that he is, in fact, not a pervert, see Jingle All the Way. The governor of California, who would have thought? If you guys are liking my reviews, make sure and subscribe. Give me some star ratings. If you have any questions or comments or would like to see me review any films, leave them in the comments below. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow.